The bounty was unprecedented, 10 million credits for one human, alive. Captain Marcus Kane, former Earth Special Forces, wanted for crimes against the Syndicate. What the Syndicate didn't advertise was what those crimes were. Kane had freed 300 slaves from their mining operation and destroyed their largest processing facility. Alone. Warlord Zexith wasn't taking chances. He sent 50 ships to the remote station where Kane had been spotted. 50 ships, 400 mercenaries, orbital blockade, scanning equipment that could detect a heartbeat through solid steel. It should have been overkill. Kane was in the station's cantina when the first wave hit. He didn't run. He finished his drink, left payment on the counter, and walked calmly toward the docking bay. Target acquired, Sector 7, a mercenary transmitted. He's walking right toward us. 20 soldiers converged on the corridor. Kane turned a corner and disappeared into the station's maintenance tunnels. The soldiers followed. That was their first mistake. The tunnels were narrow, dark, designed for repair drones. The mercenaries had to move single file, their weapons barely able to traverse in the confined space. Kane knew this. He'd spent 2 days mapping every passage, every vent, every emergency hatch. The first 5 soldiers died before they realized they were under attack. No shots fired. Just a shadow moving impossibly fast in the darkness. "He's unarmed," someone screamed into the comm. "How is he?" The transmission cut off. Zexith watched from his flagship as squad after squad went dark. He deployed more troops. Sealed sections. Vented atmospheres. Kane adapted to everything. He used the station itself as a weapon, overloading power conduits, triggering pressure failures, turning their own equipment against them. By hour 3, the mercenaries were terrified. They were hunting a ghost who knew their positions before they did, who struck from vents and crawlspaces, who disappeared into walls. "Bring the ships closer," Zexith ordered. "Blast through the hull if you have to." The ships moved into tight formation around the station. Kane had been waiting for this. The station's central reactor had been quietly overloading for hours, Kane's first action when the siege began. When the ships clustered close enough, he triggered the cascade. The explosion was catastrophic. The station became a massive fragmentation bomb, shredding everything within 2 kilometers. 37 ships were destroyed instantly. The survivors tried to flee, but their engines were damaged, their shields compromised. Kane had already stolen a small maintenance pod hours earlier, hidden in the station's debris field. As the ships burned, he piloted calmly away, using the chaos as cover. Zexith's flagship survived, barely. The warlord stared at the wreckage, his mandibles trembling. 50 ships. 400 of his best soldiers. 1 human. Kane's transmission came through on an open channel. "Tell the Syndicate I'm just getting started. Every slave you hold, I'm coming for. Every operation you run, I'll burn to the ground. You wanted to capture 1 human?" He paused. "You should have sent more ships." The transmission ended. Within a week, the Syndicate's slave operations collapsed. Not from military intervention or council action. From fear. Fear of what 1 human could do when you gave him a reason to fight. Kane became a legend whispered across the galaxy. Not because he was superhuman. But because he was exactly human, adaptable, relentless, and absolutely unwilling to quit. The Syndicate never came after him again. They couldn't afford to. Because the next time, he might not just steal a pod and disappear. He might steal their flagship.